Manchester United has just beat Southampton 3-1. Oh my god, what a game. AMAD Diallo with a last-minute hat-trick to rescue the game for us. This was just a crazy, crazy match. And I'm not gonna lie, we were not looking too good today, especially after a good performance against Liverpool and Arsenal. I expected today to go a lot more smoothly. But no, we made today extremely difficult, and Southampton almost beat us. At home, I might add, and they are one of the worst teams in the Premier League, and I know someone's about to comment, oh, well, United's one of the worst teams in the Premier League, but I digress. First things first, let's talk about AMAD Diallo. This guy is special. He got a hat-trick today. He is just a phenomenal young player. Like, the fact that he just got a hat-trick to win the game at the last minute was insane. I think he has absolutely solidified that he is going to be our right wing going forward. I don't really see anyone competing against him right now. Anthony definitely ain't beating him into the starting 11. But anyways, guys, AMAD, fantastic performance, easily player of the match, and he's probably going to be our player of the season. Now let's talk about today's match. I gotta say, it was pretty much a 50-50 match, end-to-end football. We had some chances, Southampton had some chances. It honestly looked like they were going to win the game. Which is not good, especially because we just came off of two great performances against some of the best teams in Europe. And the fact that we beat Arsenal and then the very next game is against one of the worst teams in the Premier League at home at Old Trafford and we did not, dominate them is crazy. And Amarim before the game was saying that today is the day that he's really going to understand his players and what they're all about. Not the games against Liverpool and Arsenal because players can rise to the occasion. He was basically meaning like if the players don't play well today, that tells me a lot about their mentality because they're against a weaker opponent. And I think he's going to be pretty upset with today's game besides the win at the last minute there because our team basically stooped down to Southampton's level, which is a major, major problem. If you want to be one of the best teams in the world, you have to play extremely well week in and week out because you can't just fluctuate your performance based off of your opposition. And that is a major problem that Manchester United has, so he's probably going to have to bring in some new personnel to really change that culture at the club because, like I said, we were so close to losing against Southampton at home after two really good performances, which should not be happening. Let's go over some key moments in the game. So Garnacho could have opened up the scoring with a pass from, I believe it was Højlund. It was a perfect pass, but he just slotted it wide. I don't know how he missed that because normally Garnacho's pretty clinical, so I was really surprised that he did not bury that in the back of the net. Another major opportunity wasted was Anthony. Garnacho ran down the left-hand side, slotted it in, and then Anthony just slid at the ball for whatever reason and hit it backwards. And this just solidifies how me and millions of other fans across the globe feel about Anthony. This guy should not be on the pitch. He needs to be sold. He's not good enough. And whenever he gets his opportunity to play, he does not do very well. And his price really makes me not like him a lot because $85 million for a player that is just, in my opinion, garbage is insane. I think anybody else on the pitch probably could have scored that. Now let's talk about the midfield. It was pretty shaky, and that's why Amarim made two substitutions, took Ugarte and Menu off. I do think we improved with those substitutes, and then I would also say that the defense was a little shaky too, especially Lenny Yoro. Yoro was struggling against Sulemana. I thought every single time Sulemana got the ball, in his mind, he's like, I can get past Yoro every single time, and honestly, that's what it looked like. Now, I don't know too much about Sulemana, but he did really, really well, and for a young player, maybe he's got a big club in his future. I don't know. He was easily Southampton's best player on the pitch, though, in my opinion. I also want to shout out Onana. He had some pretty good saves today. He had a very, very good double save to keep us in the game. And like I said, it was a 50-50 game. It was pretty entertaining. It was a little stressful, but I am just so glad we got the 3 points because we really, really needed them. We have not won a Premier League game in over a month, which is crazy. Now, with that win, we do move up to 12th place in the Premier League. We now have 26 points and a -3 goal difference, so not good enough. But I do think we're at a major turning point in this season. Amarim's had a little bit of time now with the team. I think it's all starting to kind of gel together. a draw against Liverpool, we beat Arsenal, now we have a last-minute turnaround comeback win. The momentum is shifting at Manchester United, and I believe that we will fly up this table. Or at least I hope so, because we really need to be at least like top 7. Which I think is doable, and who knows, maybe something really crazy happens, we win like every game, and we somehow get into like the top 6 and play in Europe. There's like a 1% chance of it happening, but hey, 1% is still a chance. Here's a look at today's stats. So Man United had about 60% possession, we had more shots on target, 10 more shots overall than Southampton, and obviously more touches and passes. But honestly, it felt a lot more 50-50 up until the last maybe 10 minutes of the game. Because this guy just decided to, lean in and go off. 3 goals in the span of about 10 minutes to win the game at Old Trafford. Like, he has got to be buzzing right now. And I am just so happy for him because he didn't get a lot of opportunities with Erik ten Hag. Amorim comes in, he tries him out, he starts doing really well, and he's been continuing this fine form. I hope it can continue for years and years and years, and he can become a Manchester United legend. So guys, there you have it. Manchester United has won their first Premier League game in just over a month, 3-1 against Southampton. It was basically the AMAD Diallo comeback show. Very entertaining last few minutes of the game, and I am just so happy we got the 3 points. But let me know down below in the comments what you guys thought about today's game.